Well, adjust. Welcome to the Addict vlog for April 20th. I am TJ Omega, and I'm a bit of a wreck right now. I apologize if I'm a little messier than usual. I have relatives coming in this week, so my entire day has been devoted to cleaning up around, inside, and outside the house. Today has not been fun, so I'm pretty much coming to you as is, because this thing is already late enough and I don't want to hold this thing off any longer, because I know a lot of you enjoy this now, and I'm starting to get the time figured out, so hopefully more of you are seeing this too. A few questions to get out of the way. Zimman2 wanted to know, when will King Lafo be returning to my videos? All hail the king. He is a blast to work with. When he did Bruticus for me, he gave me so much more material than I ever thought I would use, and some of it he didn't think I'd be able to use because it's just him goofing around on the mic, and I take that as a challenge. I mean, there's gonna be stuff that you have yet to hear, but you will. So I promise you, in one way or another, he will return. As for additional performances, we're kind of talking about one right now. I don't know if he can do the voice or not. I need a Gary Chalk Optimus. So if you can do one, let me know. I'm in need. And if you've seen the recent Addict episode, you probably know why. If you haven't seen the new Addict episode, what are you doing here? Go watch it. Let's see. Writer Strike 152. A non-Transformer question wanted to know my favorite anime character, as well as my favorite obsolete, I misspelled that on this little cue card. Obscure Transformer character. Yeah, obsolete, I could go in detail too. Transformer-wise, obscure character, I've always liked Punch and Counter Punch, just because I love the whole mix, this Autobot Decepticon, 2 robot mode, 1 vehicle mode. I always thought that was a really cool gimmick. The unfortunate thing is I never thought it was used correctly. There's so much character potential in that. There's just so many things you could do to twist him around and give him this like little schizophrenia thing going on, and he always felt underutilized. And it was kind of the Autobots turning the tables, because the whole thing is being it's really freaking Decepticon. It was the Autobots getting very down and dirty. I loved that. Anime character is a little harder, because I watch a ton of anime. So that one's get back to me on that one, I'm afraid. Right, my favorite anime series has been Tenchi Muyo, and if you twist my arm, it'd probably be Ryoko or Washu from that series. So if you've never seen it, shame on you. Very funny stuff. That's just one big head trip anime is what that is. That's not a continuation of the sentence. His name is one that is. The essential principle to being a transformer, transforming. That really helps. That's one reason why I don't like figures like Sideswipe, because they put so much emphasis on the gimmick that even the transformation isn't all that involved. I mean, like on Sideswipe, to transform him, you activate both of his gimmicks and then just unfold a few parts to finish him off. And there's other figures, like, there's a bunch of other figures where you kind of have to put up with the gimmick just to get him from one mode to another, and that's horrible in my opinion. It also kind of defeats the purpose of being an action figure, which is something else I thought was important. The whole thing I always enjoyed about a Transformer is, if I want a toy car, I'll make him a car. If I want an action figure, I'll make him an action figure. And he should function well in both modes. And if he's got parts underneath him that are skidding around on the bottom in vehicle mode, he's not a good car. And if he has gimmicks or too much kibble hanging off his robot mode, he's not a good action figure. So you have to find the balance between vehicle, transformation, and robot in order to blend it very nicely. You look at Universe Cyclonus. Flawless. And finally, Unnamed Seeker. My opinion of the Japanese Generation 1 continuities. Well, I liked that they were willing to do away with Prime. I liked that they were willing to change things up and try new things. A lot of the series kind of have a problem with. Headmasters was okay. Six Shot made it better. A lot of people like Master Force. I personally didn't. It just kind of gets to the point where you've taken the human and Transformer element and mixed it so closely that it doesn't feel like Transformers anymore. Anyone saw the fourth season of Digimon, where they took the entire concept of human and partner and then just combined the two and completely screwed with the whole principle of the matter? That's Master Force, in my opinion. You don't cross the two. I think they took the whole Pretender concept way too far. Victory, on the other hand, I really liked, and he also wanted to know what my favorite Generation 1 Japanese character was. Both of them would be in Victory. It'd be a tie between Star Saber, because I don't know, I like this idea of a Transformer adopting a human child. It gave him a depth of character that most Autobot leaders don't have. I mean, powerful leader figure, never father figure. So it was something very unique to Star Saber, and still is. I don't think I've ever seen it repeated. And the other one would be Leozak. Again, I want that BotCon Leozak so friggin' bad. Really, really like that character. It's almost he almost strikes me as something Starscream could have been if he had just a little bit more guts and brains behind him. And I did like how menacing the character always was, especially in place of a leader character who wasn't around all that much. And he was always a good foil for Star Saber. So that was really cool. Again, for those who sent in questions, thank you very much. I always enjoy answering what the fans want to hear from me. Quick little bit of news. Human Error Part 1. Soundwave's back. Finally. Thank you. Awesome to see Laserbeak. Didn't really explain where he came from, but I really don't care. It's Laserbeak. And very briefly, we got to see Rat-Bat too. He didn't transform or anything, but the Keytar was there, and you could see his head, so cross your fingers, Part 2. Let's see a full cameo. I'm really, really glad the whole human thing turned out to be just an homage to the Only Human episode, and I'm glad it turned out to be a dream sequence, because there was this deep foreboding fear in me that we just turned Sorry into a teenager, and now we've shrunken Bumblebee into a human teenager. No, never the twain should meet. Dream sequence, thank God. The only problem I had with that dream sequence was Shockwave and Strika's team appeared. And I don't understand that. I mean, this is Soundwave's virtual world. I understand it's an easy, free way of making cameos, but it doesn't strike me as something possible. I don't see how Soundwave would even know about those characters. And certainly not, even Shockwave, who appeared more as Longarm throughout the series, it seemed like a character only Megatron would know about. So how Shockwave and Team Char ended up in that segment, I don't know. I think that's a slight, rare bit of writer's goof in that episode. But it was a really good episode. I'm really excited to see the next one. And I'm glad that they didn't stretch the whole thing out too far. And I don't want to have to suspend the disbelief that they're humans now. I'm glad they finished that off with one episode and then moved on to the next half of the episode and the whole point of turning them into humans in a virtual world in the first place, yada, yada, yada. So they're together, but they're separate, and I enjoyed that. The story didn't overstay its welcome. So yeah, really looking forward to that. Come on, Rat-Bat. Oh, and sorry, kicking a little ass. That was nice, too. Collection count. You notice this is the same number as last week. I hate to tell you, but this might stay this way for the foreseeable future. The next 2 months is my last stretch toward MetroCon. Big anime convention in Tampa. Go to it every year if I can. And I need to save up as much money as possible. I mean, the trip alone is going to run me $250. And it's going to be another $250 for the dealer room, just to have enough to play around with. And I really want to get a video camcorder, because this place is a blast. It's a total head trip, and there's some things I don't even believe happened there because I didn't have visual record of it. It just seemed like a blur. And more importantly, I want to share it with you. I want you guys to see my little adventure at this big anime convention. So hopefully I will manage that. I've got a few things on Craigslist that I am not after. Not Transformers. I'm not selling. This number won't decrease. But unless something big comes up, or unless I get a little extra here and there, this is not going to increase. But you never know. I've got some generous fans out there, so I might actually get a little bit that I'm not aware of. So yeah, that's a new card. Revenge of the Fallen. We got another batch of clips. It wasn't a trailer. It was more like a montage. And this is where you find out that this little vlog, I am not going to have any kind of spoiler warning or anything like that. So if you are sensitive to this, my suggestion would be to skip ahead until this card changes. Because I want to talk about this, and this thing was freaking awesome. I mean, we got a lot better shots of the robots. Chromia we got to see in full detail this time. Prime got in a few good shots. A huge haymaker to Megatron. So the whole ignore me, it's over. He's in the movie. I don't care one way or another. Michael Bay, you can't lie anymore. We've got pictures of Megatron in more than one spot, okay? Not a flashback. Stop trying to kid us. Great to see him back, by the way. Great to see Optimus is actually getting in a few shots. Dear God, he might not actually be a wimp in this movie. And those same scenes had Blackout in them. Whoa, okay. Something is not computing here. I can see some kind of sense in it. By Megatron's origin, he was discovered, reactivated with a bunch of dead Decepticons. Obviously, a lot of brawl got into him. So maybe Blackout was just repaired while they were at it. I mean, one of his best soldiers, why dump him? That is my hope, anyway, because Blackout was awesome. I'd love to see him. And I know a lot of people want to see Bone Crusher back. Yeah, don't get your hopes up. It looks like Mixmaster is going to be Bone Crusher from now on, anyway. My big issue with that trailer, I mean, aside from the whole Old Man Jetfire, that was kind of strange. This whole teary-eyed scene with Bumblebee, I mean, it's the kind of scene I wanted to see in the first one, is some honest, emotional reactions between human and Transformers, some actual interaction. Was the crying necessary? I mean, going back to anime, it was anime proportions, like eyes, fountaining water out of them. It didn't make any sense. It didn't seem like he could have that much lubricant in his body, unless... Does Bumblebee have some weird power to just spray lubricant from any crevice in his body? I mean, is that how he pissed on Simmons? He just, I want a leak from here. Doesn't make any sense. And another thing, it humanizes him. And not in a good way. This goes back to my point a few weeks back of, why are we having this, like, dual personality with this movie? Okay, are they supposed to be alien? Like Demolishor and Chromia? Or are there supposed to be more human aspects, like the twins, Old Man Jetfire, swinging the cane. Get off my lawn! You can hear him saying that to the twins right now. And now Bumblebee's crying. Now, I can understand show him sad, but not tears coming out of the eyes. It doesn't make sense. I mean, are these alien robots supposed to be miraculously this human just by coincidence? Or is it like Chromia and Demolisher, or are they alien robots that are more suited to what they were meant for as robots? Like a little bit more logical. I don't know. It doesn't make sense, and I don't like the dual message that the movie's trying to send. I don't even think it's trying to send it. It's just screwing up. Trying to make more relatable Transformer characters. That's not how you do it. Okay, make them just make them all humanoid, and just ignore the fact that they just happen to look like humans and act like humans, or make them alien and try to add some logic into this. Don't try to cross it up. I mean, that being said, it was awesome. I mean, again, it was a touching scene. I like seeing the interaction. And all the, Michael Bay jump cut extraordinaire there at the end. Great shots of Fallen, Jetfire, Optimus, a lot of them. It was a great trailer. And there's a lot of little brief scenes that make me think, ooh, what's going to happen here? Like, Megatron's arm being ripped off by Starscream, or maybe it's the other way around. It's hard to tell! We will see. The review? You guys do not disappoint me. I throw you a bone, I give you a chance to make me review something really odd, and you throw the bone back in my face and tell me, you review this instead. And with that, the winner, I proudly announce, is my Mugen Hercules. I love this figure. This is my absolute favorite Mugen bind. It's also really freaking complicated. It's easily one of the most complex Mugen bind toys. So this, I'm going to hold off until Wednesday, the TJ's Rehab review. Hopefully that's going to replace the rushed reviews just for a while until I can get something to appropriately replace and rework that series. When those go back to every Wednesday, I'll still do the Rehab review. It'll probably just be every other. And I'll try to hold the reviews strictly to this vlog. Which brings me to this week's Pull of the Bag. The Bag of Destiny with the Chips of Fate. So while I wiggle my fingers around my little pouch here, I will invite all of you to check out my website, tinyurl.com/plastic-addict. Vote in this week's poll. It'll be up right now. There is no wild card this week since we had them back-to-back. The Web Diver's back in here, but let's see. If I pull that, I'm probably not going to review any, because I've done 2 in a row. Give me a break here. I'm going to try to keep it simple this week so I can keep it in the vlog. That way, next week, hopefully I can get to reviewing this guy. Yeah, okay, I know. I know, stolen Chinese toy. Internationally obtained action figure. Let's keep the feds off me. I'm hopefully going to review him next week in the Rehab review instead. So this one will be self-contained in the vlog, and it will be from the Energon series. Yeah, we're going to keep this one a little bit more simple. So go to the website right now. The poll is up as you watch this. Thank you very much for joining me this week, and hopefully this is under 20 minutes. Please let this be under 20 minutes. I'm trying to get this down so hard. Stay tuned. Wednesday, Mugen Hercules. Till then.